Good morning. We are live. Welcome, and happy 4th of July, everybody. And thanks for joining us this morning. Happy to be here. Happy to be alive. It's a beautiful day in the Catskills. And whether you're watching this live at 11 a.m. on Sunday, July the 4th, or watching this as a video later, thanks again for joining us. And so, lots going on. And I wrote a couple things down this morning because I just wanted to just have everything together. I'm actually doing this live stream not through StreamYard today, which is why I'm a couple minutes late. It was acting up a little bit, so I was like, let's just do this the way I used to do it, and we'll get back to using StreamYard next time. But action-packed time in astrology and in the energetic fields in general. So just a couple little tidbits. If July started out with a very intense opposition between Mars and Saturn, Mars being in Leo, which is a very active sign. And, Mars likes to have a party in Leo because it's very social and very active. And then Saturn in the much more like sober but revolutionary sign of Aquarius. So they've been kind of clashing a little bit, and we're still in that effect. And then yesterday, Mars was actually squaring Uranus, and Uranus is, again, it's the ruling planet of Aquarius, so it's continuing to even further activate that opposition. And then July the 6th will be the last of three Neptune Mercury squares, that we've had. So in any event, people are a little bit confused. It's kind of a little bit of an issue, really, getting grounded and really getting set. And I have, for the month of July, I have self-designated that as Breath Awareness Month. And we're going to actually start a little 21-day challenge. I wanted to mention for anybody that wants to participate. And that, let me turn the volume off. And that will just basically be, I talk a lot about long, deep breathing on the channel, right? And then if you guys follow me on my other social media platforms, Instagram or Facebook, I talk a lot about long, deep breathing. Very, very simple. What you want to do is relax, like you're going to meditation, clear any frustrations. It's a frustrating time, so clear that. And then when you become present, then you start to feel energy. And when you start to feel energy, you start to feel love. So what you do is you inhale from your diaphragm, long, deep breath, and breathe that love into your heart, circulate that around. Then when you exhale, that's when you exhale and release any negativity, whether that's disease or frustration or emotional stuff or other people's energies or the media or whatever. So the challenge is to do that 3 times a day, only 3 minutes at a time, for 21 days, starting on the new moon in July 9th. So you can leave, you can leave a comment here on the live chat, but that's going to disappear when the live stream disappears. And then when this uploads as a video later today, and if you're in, let me know in the comments, or you can catch up with me on Facebook or social media. So it is, according to Adam, Breath Awareness Month, July, and breathing is our link to the universe. And when things are in such a flux and so changeable like they are in our society, breathing can be like a real anchor to stay grounded, but also to stay anchored in spirit, or to stay anchored within your higher self, in your higher being. So breath is about rhythm. Inhale, exhale. It's like ocean waves. There's crests and there's troughs. So when we consciously breathe, we start to realign with the universe. And by realigning with the universe, we realign with our power, or our own spirit, because we are part of the universe and the universe is part of us. So anyways, very good. So I wanted to also, since I was talking a little bit about astrology, just shout out Armand Diaz again, who does a channel called Integrated integral astrology. He does a very nice weekly forecast and talks detail about that. If Sharita Starr comes in, she'll be able to give you a lot more detail on the aspects that I talked about. She's not doing YouTube, but you can find her on Facebook and Instagram. And Sharita is extremely knowledgeable about I was going to say about tarot. No. I mean, she's knowledgeable about that also, but about numerology and astrology. And she's very generous in sharing her knowledge. So you can find her on Facebook or Instagram. And I think Amy's on today. Yes, did I see her? So Elevated Intuition, Tarot, Spirituality. She does a more personalized weekly tarot forecast and has some interesting things on her channel. So I wanted to do those quick shout outs before I get into this today. So, talked about breath awareness. So, I was actually last night, I was in meditation, and I do work with the angels like every day. It's become kind of like for the last year or two. And I'm actually going to share what I do in a future video, or at least part of it. But as I was meditating last night, and the angels were coming through, because I always pull an angel card at the end for an angel message, and they were saying, "How about channeling our messages? Use the card, but see if you can get any channeled information from the angels." So we're going to try see if that happens at the end of this today. So for tarot time, we do a little bit of a mini tutorial on some aspect of the tarot, and then a meditation card, then a 3-card spread for us as a collective consciousness, everybody that's here live that will see this as a video later, as well as the collective at large, like what's going on in the world, what's going on in our internal environments, in our psyches and in our consciousness. Because we are in an awakening. We're in an accelerated growth pattern. We've been in that for probably over a decade, but it's really like accelerated even further. And therefore, because we're in an accelerated awakening, collective consciousness is changing. In order for things to change, things have to kind of fall apart and get rebuilt. That's the tower experience. So that's kind of happening in our society now. And we've had a lot of things that are unsustainable for many years. Oh, it's 11/11. I finally caught it. I usually miss 11/11 because I'm too busy yapping away. So there's a lot of accelerated growth, and things have to fall apart so they can be rebuilt on a more conscious and a more sustainable foundation. So it's a tough time, but it's a great time to be alive. So because it is Independence Day, we should celebrate our own independence and our own personal freedom. It's also the first, I think it's the first Independence Day where we're actually, where the country's actually having its first Pluto return. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know exactly what date that is. Pluto moves really, really slowly. It's an effect that covers about 2 or 3 years, honestly speaking. So Pluto takes, 240 some odd years to circle the sun. I may be off by a year or two, but Pluto's a very dynamic energy in the collective. It's expressed to the planet Pluto. And when the nation is going through a Pluto return, big changes, and we're seeing that already. And it's going to continue, and it may get a little bit more intense. And as the the virus, the pandemic is progressing, the vaccines are helping to accelerate the herd immunity phenomena, and then people are going to we can go out now, but there's really no normal to go back to. So we're creating a new normal now. So anyway, in honor of the Pluto return and the big awakening, I chose the Judgment card to be our little mini tutorial on the tarot. That is key 20. That is the element of fire. And this is Archangel Gabriel, the Great Awakener. So if a lot of people think, Gabriel's about communication in the throat, and Gabriel is, but in many depictions, he's blowing a horn and waking up the masses and waking up the land. So we're actually in Gabriel's time now during this awakening. And in this card, this can be renewal. You could be getting some trials and tests through the element of fire. But what fire does, it destroys, but it creates. And fire is the element that most links the imperceivable and inconceivable element of spirit with the physical. So everything in our physical universe, which is quite vast, I might add, really came out of this void or this level of non-reality, as it's depicted in the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. And through this big bang, through fire, all of a sudden the universe was created, and it's expanding, and it continues to expand until such time that it reaches the entire universe reaches the peak of its inhale. And then what actually happens is that the universe starts to contract again. But we don't have to worry about that for probably millions, if not billions of years. So we're in an expanding universe, and we're in a growth universe. So as we expand our experiences in life, and we embrace spirituality or embrace growth, it doesn't even have to be spirituality, but if we're able to embrace growth, then we're expanding and we're aligning with the universe. So as long as we're growing and expanding, we stay in alignment with the universe. When we stop doing that, then we step out of balance with the universe. One of the things that I do in my morning rituals, I get up, I do some Joe Dispenza's supernatural breathing exercise, which is amazing, and about 45 minutes of meditation. Then I do my little visualizations, law of attraction stuff. So I have I'm about 90 minutes, but by the time I wake up to the time I get out of bed and hit that cold shower. And one of the things that I do is that I visualize a blackboard, which is like everything that I know, and I erase it. So every morning, like, I erase my blackboard, and then I set the intention to prepare a clean slate for the day's lessons to write upon. So as soon as we think we know, we stop learning. And and of course, when you study and you gather more knowledge and information, and you're acquiring more knowledge, but that doesn't mean you know anything. So I just wipe it clean. It's like I know nothing. Teach me, universe. And so I do that. So let's pull a meditation card now. Am I finished talking about the judgment card? I think that's it. So it's about awakening and renewal. And I think we're ready to move on. I like to keep these as a half hour. So Amy at Elevate Intuitions, about pulling the Tower card. We've been pulling the Tower card a lot also as well. Sharita is in. Thank you. I don't know if you heard, but I gave you a shout out. So it's talking about Mars and Saturn in opposition July 1st, and Mars and Uranus squaring July 3rd, and then the third Neptune square with Mercury. Oh my gosh. Crazy. So you can catch up with Sharita, like I said, on Facebook and on Instagram. And she does you do a newsletter, right? Also, and a podcast. Am I anyways, don't mind me. So what I wanted to do is pull our meditation card for the week. If you wish to meditate with the tarot. And remember, it is Breath Awareness Month, July, according to Adam. The world according to Adam. When I was a kid, there's this wonderful show called The Big World of Little Adam about science, which I loved because it had my name. And I was by the time I was like 5 or 6, I was forecasting the weather. I was already a scientist, soon after diapers, to be quite honest. All right. So I asked Spirit, please guide me to the right meditation card for this group, this collective now, and watch me. It's a video. Oh, interesting. Lately, I've been doing this, like 7 or 8 months. Lately, I've been getting more minor arcana for our meditation cards. So this is, this is interesting because this card can teach us what we're holding on to, and we do need to let go. I talk about that a lot also, that we do need to let things go, whether it's programming or negative repetitive thinking, or if you do a law of attraction work, you have to let go of any attachment to outcomes to your work. So the way we do the meditation now, 4 is very grounding. It's the number of I think it's Mars, or if Sharita knows. I think 4 is Mars, but it's also it's a square basically, so it's a grounding, and it can be a powerful number, but it can also be a little bit restrictive also as well. And you kind of like feet are on the ground on the pentacles. So pentacles can represent money, amongst other things. It's, pentacles is earth, and it can represent things like money, security, and stuff like that. So it's got the security, but he's kind of like holding on to things. Then he got a little pentacle over his head too. And this is the Hanson Roberts deck. So your deck might be different. So the way to do the meditation card is to, either use your own deck if you have tarot, or take a mental snapshot of this. Relax, tune into your breathing. When you start to breathe and stop thinking, you raise your consciousness. It happens very, very quickly, and it changes your brainwave pattern also. So it's a measurable change that happens when you just tune into your breath and you stop thinking and you just allow yourself to be aware, of something, within but outside of yourself. So when you do that, then in your mind, you step into this doorway, because this is just a narrow doorway of a panoramic view, and you kind of check out what's going on at 360 degrees, and you become part of that. You might meet different spirit guides, or you might get different insights, or you may go to different scenes. Just meditate and sit with the energy and see what messages that you get, because this has a very profound message for us. And things are changing so rapidly. We just absolutely cannot hold on to anything really in this time. I mean, nor should we. But I think it's because the energy just keeps accelerating, getting stronger. It's like waves, and we have these waves of what's the right word, Adam? These waves of accelerating energy. Then we get the troughs. We get a little bit of a lull. I have a feeling we're in that trough or that exhale and getting ready to inhale again. I have a feeling, and we'll see what comes up in the 3-card spread, but I have a feeling that as the week progresses, the energy is going to increase again. So, it's charged astrologically, but I still feel like we're sort of in a little bit of a period in between kind of energetic rushes, and I think we're going to get the next one next week. I have a feeling very soon after the 4th, maybe even tomorrow or Tuesday, there may be a bombshell in the news, but we'll see what comes up with that as well. So here we go. So I'm going to mix the cards up again, ask Spirit to pull the right 3 cards to give us a little bit of a reading this morning. This could apply to your personal life. This could apply to your society at large. This could apply to the news. And tarot is an intuitive process. It's built upon an ancient system of knowledge, and really the way that you feel and see the cards is your message. As long as you're out of your thinking mind or out of expectation, and you're just allowing whatever you get through the cards is Spirit giving you messages, basically. So it's a nice cool day in the Catskills, by the way. Yesterday was in the 60s all day. Today's 70s. Come Tuesday, it's going to be back in the 90s, though. All right. So, moving right along. Okay, so say a little prayer in my mind to hold the right 3 cards at this time. This one. Okay. The thing that I can't think when I'm doing this, because then I won't get the right ones. All right, so this is kind of an interesting energy here. And it does tell a story in my mind. This is 1, 2, and 3. So that's the progression. And Seven of Pentacles, it's, 7 can be a little bit of a dreamy number. It tends to be spiritual in nature. Um, and again, Pentacles is more about the earth, but we have a little bit of fire and a little bit of actually water here, because the Death card is associated with the sign Scorpio. So we have a nice balance of the elements. And in this figure, you kind of see like we built something up. We're not seeing the 2 Pentacles over us, of course. We're only seeing, we're only kind of leaning on these pentacles, or these little fruits of our labors on the trees, and one below us. I'm feeling a little bit dejected, and it's kind of like showing again, I think it's sort of a mood that a lot of people are in right now, that we've been through a lot the last year and a half and longer. And and I have a feeling what's going on in the collective is like, it's 4th of July, we can get out Memorial Day, we can go to, sporting events, we can go to concerts. And I think people are feeling a little bit empty about that. It's like, this still doesn't feel right, or I still don't feel fulfilled, even though this is what I wanted, like for over a year. Like I wanted to have my freedom back, but freedom comes at a cost also. So, I think people are just kind of like, they've been more optimistic over the last month or two, virus numbers coming down, things opening up more. And then with the Queen of Wands, I mean, this is a powerful card, because it brings in the element of water through the Queen, and then the element of fire through the wands or the rods. And it's reversed as well. And I almost just get the feeling like to say that we just can't overthink things right now. And yeah, we may need a little bit of a pause, I want to say, as well. Gemini, yo. Yeah, thank you, Sharita. Oh, good. Thanks for inputting. For us, we really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. But what's getting my attention to the Death card, because that's a really powerful energy. It's key 13 in the tarot, and Sharita's also very, very, has a lot of expertise in Chaldean numerology and whole host of things. Um, but uh, but the Death card is about change. Death of the old self, rebirth of a new self. We can't have a rebirth without a death. I feel like what it's trying to tell us is let go. It's like kind of like we got the 4 of Pentacles in the meditation card. The 7 of Pentacles, this figure still kind of holding on to what's not quite working at this time. And then the Queen of Wands reversing, just let that SHT go. Just let it go, basically, as well. Stop overthinking. That's what she's telling me. Stop overthinking and just let it go. Yes, change is uncomfortable. Yes, change is scary. We don't know what the future is going to bring, but we have to trust. We have to trust that spirit, our higher self, God, the quantum, whatever you want to call it, that there is a structure, there is a plan. We are evolving, we are changing, and it's good. So I feel like what they're trying to tell us here is actually to embrace the change. Um, and everything. Good. Yeah, Michael's bringing up the 3D as well. Create freedom in the 4 and 5D. Be free. Allow yourself to be free. I think one way to do that is to give yourself permission to just try something new every day, or to let something go every day. But because this is very, to me, it's chaotic. I getting the book meetings out of the way and just taking the energy. It's like, to me, this is a chaotic energy. It's kind of like there's different forces at play. One day we feel one way, one day we feel another. We don't know exactly like what's up and what's down anymore, is kind of the feeling I want to say as well. and as a result, individually, I think we're having a lot of conflicting emotions. I think a lot of people are depressed now. A lot of people are having a hard time handling life and responsibility now, I want to say as well. And I think we just have to let it go and just go back to the heart. It's kind of comes back to the same old message, to go back to the heart, go back to love, go back to your breath, and back into the womb is what the expression that came up in my mind. To allow yourself to be reborn again into a higher level, or a higher or better version of yourself, basically. So I think that's the message. I don't know the exact specifics with the astrology, but I just get later in the week the energy ramping up again. And it may even be middle week, to be quite honest, as well. 7 personal year for. Oh, thank you. So read what Sharita's saying, because we talked. It may have been before you came on, Sharita, about that we're really kind of. I think we're in that Pluto return now, or if not, we're coming right into it. But Pluto moves so slowly. It's a phenomenon that's really a couple of years, in process, basically. I wanted to do the angel card. Before I forget, I now have a membership program for the Medium channel. It's called the Spirit Mind Family. If you want to join the family, that would be awesome. So what this is, we just rolled this out like last Tuesday, I think. So it's brand new. And if you would like to firstly contribute to the channel, because it is a paid membership program, and get content and benefits that I can't do on YouTube. And I think on Tuesday somebody brought up a concern, and I wanted to address that nothing on YouTube is going to change, because I'm doing a paid subscription. Nothing here, all the free stuff that we're doing here, the only thing that's going to change is the channel's going to get better. We're going to add new things. So nothing like that is going to change. But what we're going to be able to do is create a community where I'm more accessible, because YouTube's not a great format to interact. It's great for videos. It's great to do live events. But on the Spirit Mind Family, what I'm going to do, that there's a private chat there. It's very private too, and it's easier than doing a Facebook group. Then there's going to be a monthly Q&A, so that way I'll be here. You can ask me questions. So we're going to do that as part of the basic membership, which is only $5 a month, by the way. So it's really inexpensive. As well, there's a monthly meditation, and there's access to the chat. But if you want to upgrade to the next level, it's only $11 a month. There's a video that comes out that's not going to be available anywhere else. So it's going to go more in depth than my YouTube videos. And then the highest tier, you would get to be in the Spirit Mind Masterclass, where I teach my foundational teachings and trainings that I don't do anywhere else. So when I get to the comments, I'll type this in, but it's patreon.com/Spirit Mind Family. So welcome to the family. And again, if you like this work and would like to support this channel, it's been quite an investment of time and money. So I figured this is a good way to share more and to encourage people to maybe donate and help the channel out. Please do. You're welcome. And it's going to be a great thing. So this month, because it's self-designated Breath Awareness Month, a lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to be training you to do breath work. And when you breathe, when you do different breaths, you create different energies, and it's really beneficial for your health. It helps you to create better things in your life. Your breath is probably, next to presence, the single most aspect of spiritual training. How we breathe, it affects our bodies, it affects our energy fields, and it affects how we connect to spirit also. So that's what's on the agenda. So my angel Angel messages for the day. Like I said, we'll see if they come through and I can get messages beyond what the card is saying. As I tune in, it's interesting, and I feel like they're here. They're showing me a lot of blue, and I feel like the angels are coming and saying, this is our time to calm ourselves and to really focus on heart and heart breathing and heart meditation as well. This is the card that I just pulled. This is Doreen Virtue's Messengers of the Angel card as well. Was this Isaiah? And the message is, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these times. And let me just see if they can come through a little bit. So I know they're here. I feel like saying, yeah, we've been with you and we're watching out for you. We ask you now to do more writing, put your intentions on paper now. This is your time to start to manifest your new dreams and your new reality. And as we write, we create energy, or I should say, I'm kind of going in and out of the channel this morning. So it's kind of Adam and the angels together right now. So let me just hold on. You know what it is. I'm trying to hold the card here. I'll let you guys see this again, and then I'll see if I can go back into the line of energetic channeling. Sometimes it's what you see in the card more than the words, like what gets your attention that's really important and really valid as well. I'm just going to put this down and just, yes, growth, growth, growth. This is your time of growth. We are with you and surrounding you with love. We ask again that you put what you desire in writing. Writing is a power tool. You take energy and create form. Is that not what the law of attraction is about? Energy can be emotions. It can be thought. And you channel that and create that in your reality. So when you write things down, you actually have a physical tool to draw energy from us, from the universe, from the cosmos, into your physical being and into your physical life. Relax. Everything is going to be okay. We are working with you at this time. For those, remember this from the Bible, from the book of Matthew. For those that have, more shall be given. For those that have not, that which they do have shall be taken away. These were Jesus's words to Thomas, teaching us the law of attraction, the principles of energy. If you hold abundance within your heart, you attract more abundance. If you hold lack in your heart, then what you have is taken away, that you create more lack in your life. Write it down. I am abundant. I am wealthy. I am worthy. I am capable of doing this. This is our time. While Mercury, so I'm back with Adam. It's kind of, when I channel, it's kind of like me and them kind of join. And Sharita, if she's still here, can write the date when Mercury comes out of its shadow. But Mercury was retrograde, then it goes into a shadow period where Mercury's retracing its steps, basically, is what's happening. So Mercury reaches a certain degree in the astrological wheel, then it goes retrograde, and then when it goes direct, it takes about 2 weeks or 16 days or whatever to get back to that original degree that it started its retrograde. So it is retracing its steps. So this is your time to retrace your steps now, because it's time to move forward. So what is it that you have to tweak in your plans? And I think this week it gets fully out of its shadow, and then it's all new again. So anyways, blessings, everybody. Thank you for joining me at this time. And we'll be back next Sunday. I may do a live stream on breathwork. Not Tuesday because I have to work, but maybe on Friday. So if so, I'll put it up on the community page on YouTube and on my other social media. Yeah, and again, if you're not necessarily connected with me on Facebook, definitely do that, or Instagram. My handles on both are Medium Adam Bernstein. And that's it. So I am going to, July 7th. Yeah, you told me that already, Sharita. Thank you for reminding me again. That's only in 3 days. All right. So namaste and aloha, everybody. And we'll see you next time, and be well.